Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be doing some Triglavian hunting in a Paladin. And this is a different type of Paladin that I usually use. Usually when it comes to Triglavian hunting, or pretty much all the time, I always use sniper based Paladins because I have a very hard time getting that Paladin to apply decently at close range, have enough tank, and have enough DPS, and have the range as well. But this Paladin is just really an extreme Paladin. It's an extreme fit right here because this is just cool. I'm just shoved as much firepower and tank as I could into the ship, so I can get the ship to actually be able to brawl up at close range. We're going to test this out, see how it works. It's not guaranteed that it will work, and if it doesn't, that'll be an expensive kill mail. But we're in the system of Turianus. There's actually a lot of Triglavians here. Straight away I came into the system, there were Triglavians here, so it was just perfect. We are using pulse lasers for close range, dual tracking computers to aid in the tracking, a Domination heavy Stasis Grappler to make us apply better to the small stuff that's up close. And I want to see, are we able to apply to the stuff that's up close decently? If we are, that's great. I also want to see how well we apply to the Leshaks that tend to orbit at like 45 kilometers, something like that. Are we able to use Conflag decently there? We'll see. We've got a fall off of 57, so it's possible we'll be able to do that, but not 100%. We've got an expensive fit, but also expensive implant. So this is really no holds back kind of Triglavian hunting fit I'm going in right here. I'm really going all out. I mean, there are some small things I could adjust, but I don't think they're at all worth it. Dual Centum A-type Multispectrum Energized membranes, plus a Centus X-type large armor repair. These are expensive modules we've got right here. And Imperial Navy heat sinks right here. I've got Tech 2 damage control, and I was thinking, oh, may as well could have used a Syndicate 1. It's hardly any difference, and I just don't think it's worth it. And then we've got some tracking computers, Public Fleet large cap battery, and dual Nosferatus right here to assist with some capacitor, so we have enough capacitor so we don't run out in any shape or form. We've got the Salvager as well to just be able to salvage stuff while we're fighting. Before we get to the Triglavians, we're going to be going to my drain mill right here to scan down the wormhole, because this should have a wormhole if there's still Triglavians in here. I hope it is not going to be anticlimactic right now, where I saw Triglavians docked up and then they've just disappeared. Now we'll see. Okay, there they are, perfect. So let's see if we can find some of these. Oh, they're right there. They're right there. Let's go and attack them then straight away. We don't need to bother with any wormhole. Let's see. Let's check this out. Extreme Pally. Extreme Paladin. So the tracking computers are very nice in that they can be altered to adapt to the situation, so we can put a script in that makes us have good range, or if we've got stuff that is very fast, we can alter it to have the tracking speed script to be able to hit them properly. Okay, let's see now. We've got there's some previous bookmarks I have actually. Let's just check what is going on over there. Which planet is this over here? Can we look at it? We can't look at it. Okay. Well then, we'll warp to this container right here. Giant secure container. Got a mobile tracked unit. Let's do this. Just gonna double check all modules are active. Yep, nothing is turned off. We're using a single repper, and that is actually quite a bad thing in these kinds of situations because the cycle time is 11 seconds. So it means we're going to have incoming damage for 11 seconds without getting any repair, or any repair amount. But we have got like a really big armor repair amount, so that is good for. It's like we'll have a lot of very good DPS tank. The only problem could occur is if we take a big burst amount of damage and it's too much damage for the cycle, is for how fast the cycle occurs. Okay, so we're doing damage straight away, and they're doing damage straight away. That's perfect. We'll have the Nosferatus go on this Drekavac over here, dual Nosferatus, so really powerful. And we'll get these modules could be good to use. We will then, you see what I mean? Like we can lose a lot of HP before we get that rep cycle gone off. Okay, we will bookmark this mobile tracked unit. Wreck this guy right here. Okay, so we'll see. We'll just take out the Leshaks before they're able to pull range. And then we'll check how the application is to the small stuff like this, these cruisers, for example. Do we apply decently? Yeah. Oh no, that was a grazing shot. Never mind, grazing. Here, I think we would want to have tracking speed, perhaps. We would probably want to have tracking speed in this kind of situation. Tracking speed and tracking speed. So here probably we get some good hits. Yeah, exactly. Good hits, good hits. We can see how much damage we do to the little frigates. If it's alright application or it's just crap. Let's see, I'll take these guys right here. Little tiny little frigates orbiting us real close. See now, Raznabog down a bit. We grapple him a bit. We did get a grading shot. Okay, that's great. And it takes a bit of time for the grappler to kick in. Ooh, that's great. That's great. With the dual tracking speed scripts, we actually just one-shotted the kicking war like it was nothing. Okay, that's great. So we need to wait a little bit for the grappler to kick in. But when it's kicked in, oh, we do some big hits right there. Seems to be working. But it's not, we shouldn't get our hopes up yet, because you can have a lot more nastier waves than this. Okay, let's try to salvage some wrecks over here. We can turn off the armor repair and the Bastion as well. Wrecks, wrecks, wrecks. Can move the drones, spread them out a bit to assist the salvager. A single salvager we've got right here. An option we could have right here is to replace the rigs with nanobot accelerators, because this will make our armor repair cycle a lot quicker. Because of this, we'll have like this delay and cycle time be a lot shorter. The only issue is that these are going to consume so much capacitor, and then we'll also have less capacitor control circuits, making a capacitor even worse. But it could be an option, even if it's not cap stable. It could be an option, because we would have so good cycle times. Let's salvage the rest of these wrecks right here. There's anything on the scan? No, there's nothing on the scan right here. Recall drones. Don't tell me the wormhole has despawned. No, it doesn't. We had 3 signatures before. We still have 3 signatures. I don't think it's despawned. I'll have to warp around in the system. But then again, then again, it could be that it has despawned because we have a very small system right here. So everything is within scan range. I think that all the Triglavians could have despawned actually, because they're not here anymore. But it felt good, it felt good. I just wonder how this will perform in more difficult waves. I think we could have issues if we were to have a lot of incoming DPS, the cycle time is too long, and a lot of ghosters, making our tracking speed not good enough and our range not good enough. If we put 1 nanobot accelerator, it could be nice, in the 9-minute cycle time. It's 9 seconds though. Alright, so it seems like all the Triglavians have despawned right now. I think it was a pretty good test. When we were fighting that wave right there, it was, I mean, it was not a crazy big wave, but it was a medium-sized wave. We were able to dispatch them pretty quickly. Again, it's just this cycle time with the armor repairs that I worry the most about. And I think that we could alter the fit slightly to be able to use the nanobot accelerators. And perhaps what we could do is, if we look here, we put the nanobot accelerator, large nanobot. We get, a lot worse capacitor right here, but we could perhaps put some more modules to improve our capacitor. One of them could be to improve these modules, these mid slots right here, but we could also put something here in the low slots. The capacitor power relay is something that is a very powerful capacitor module, because we replace the damage control, which is unfortunate, but we are able to use the nanobot accelerator. The nanobot accelerator really improves our cycle time right here. Maybe if we put double nanobot accelerators, we have 7.2 seconds. 6 minutes. I'd really love to be able to use the damage control though, because the damage control provides us with this big buffer, so it's a bit of a dilemma I've got right here. But I love the Paladin for this kind of situation, because the issue I've always had with the Paladin is that the tracking has not been there, so we can't take out the Damavix. And then the issue I've also had is that the range is not enough to be able to reliably take out the Leshaks, but we seem to be able to hit out pretty far. The Leshaks, they didn't travel too far out, they were pretty close here before they died. But it felt at least like the tracking situation was great, because that's the main issue I have with the Paladin. I've tested before and the tracking has been the main issue, so the Grappler seems to work wonders. The tracking computers also seem to assist quite a bit. When I made this fit, I was thinking that maybe we could perhaps replace one of these tracking computers with a web, and that could be an option. It can improve the tracking a lot, but I feel like we still want to be able to hit out the Leshaks, because we will not be able to hit out as well to the Leshaks if we remove one of these guys. So yeah, 50 kilometers, so we get 7 extra fall off right there, and I think that's quite big in terms of destroying Leshaks, because Leshaks, They love to orbit at 45 kilometers, about that range. It's really important to be able to take them out with some decently DPS or damage weaponry, because they hit hard. They're the hardest hitters in the Triglavian battlefield right there. So being able to hit them is essential with a high damage ammunition. The reason why I don't like doing solo Kronos is, for example, in Brawly style, is that the Kronos, it has better tracking than Paladin. You can actually hit the frigates really well. It works really smoothly to destroy the frigates. The problem is, it's hard to destroy the Leshaks fast, because the Leshaks, they are very fast, and you have to use null ammunition on the blasters, and the null ammunition does really low damage. So I don't like to use the Kronos for solo. I don't like to use the Kronos for solo style in a Brawl fit. It's really great for railguns in a sniper fit, but not Brawl fit. I feel like this fit right here is able to sort of capitalize on the Grappler, and then using the range scripts to enable us to hit out far, and also be able to hit close when we alter the scripts when we've got stuff. They're like small, like frigates and destroyers and cruisers. And then now the main thing now I'm thinking is the tank, and we can alter this by putting those large nanobot accelerators. Perhaps we could also put some implants to improve the cycle time. There's maybe some implants that can improve cycle time as well. The great thing about using a Brawl style ship is that we're able to salvage at close range, because when we're able to salvage at close range, the MTU doesn't have to bring in stuff very fast, and then we're just able to salvage directly. If we're going sniper based, the MTU is really far away. It takes forever for the loot to come in. So here we just salvage it straight away. Here I didn't really salvage it straight away because I was just focusing on destroying them, but I could have salvaged during the battle. And that's why I love the Golem, because the Golem is pretty good at brawling, and I've got salvage and salvage at the same time. And since we're brawling, the M2 doesn't have to work so much to pull in wrecks, so everything is really close range. It is a very expensive ship, so I'm not really surprised they did all right. I mean, I would expect a ship that costs this much with the implants, or with the price of the implants we got, to perform at least decently. And it's a hard feat to accomplish to be able to use Brawly style Triglavian ships. It's very difficult. It's not at all easy. A lot easier to go to the sniper route, because you don't have to focus at all on tank. You just focus on range and DPS and sensor range. So we're definitely going to be doing more tests on this. We're definitely going to be doing more tests on this in the future. I think it's fun. I think that next time I find some Triglavians, we'll attack them with this extreme Paladin right here. Right now, these Triglavians unfortunately despawned just after that one wave, but it was a wave. It was a small test. It's a starter. It's a starter. I just think it's really appropriate using this golden skin right here with this extremely expensive Paladin as well. It looks pretty majestic right here. So Brawl style Paladin, extreme Paladin versus the Triglavians, brawling at close range. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.